Yeah, and when right now for the Sudbury Wolves, you saw the standings. You are building to try to get into that 7th spot to avoid the top team in the conference, and you've got to beat teams that are ahead of you in the standings. It's going to be a tough stretch. A lot of divisional games down the last 10 games, and teams that are ahead of you in the standings, you got to pick up points where you can. A tough one a couple weeks or a week ago in Saginaw where they had that lead late, and those are the type of games we've talked about it so many times. At the beginning of the season, you're like, oh, we got so much time, and then you start to look back at games of what could have been and some big points here and there, and these type of games down the stretch, they're going to be huge for the Sudbury Wolves and going into the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as it sits right now, Brantford is in top spot, but that is not decided yet. Barrie right on their heels, so I don't know, of the first round, who would you rather see them play? I wonder who the Wolves would prefer to be playing.
I mean, fans, I think, would love the Barrie Colts in the first round. I mean, that matchup is just classic. Both teams are unbelievable, so you have an uphill, a Mount Everest climb, whoever the team you do play. Barrie playing a little bit better right now. They've won 10 straight games, so you want maybe less to play the less hot team going into the playoffs.
All right, well, we'll find out what's going to be going on tonight. As I mentioned, it is the Indigenous Jersey night, and we're going to be going down to ice level right now for a pregame ceremony, and then we'll have the national anthem and first period action underway right here on Eastlink Community TV.
How Southern envisions a world in where gifts and wisdom of the First Nations, Métis, and Inuit culture are recognized as valuable, distinctive, sacred, and beautiful. Their main purpose is to create and deliver services that will prevent ill health, treat illness, and provide ongoing support and aftercare. Please welcome to Center Ice, Jordan Asonaway, Manager of Community Relations and Health Promotions, and Dr. Joseph LeBlanc, joining them are 2 youth hockey players, Liam Restool and Trinity Chichu. We'd now like to ask Sudbury Wolves alternate captain Chase Coughlin and battalion captain Ethan Procession to join him at center ice for ceremonial puck drop. Thank you, Jordan, Dr. LeBlanc, Liam, and Trinity.
The Sudbury Five are blasting their way back into the Nickel City. Are you ready to rock? The 2025 Super League champions are defending the throne as the Kitchener-Waterloo Titans take on the Five Saturday, February 28th at 7 p.m. Watch the Rock Monsters crush the competition live on Eastlink Community TV.
My name is Ernie and I lost my arm in a farm accident. Machines might move slow, but accidents happen fast. Accidents can happen to anyone, anywhere, so play safe.
Starting in net for the visiting North Bay Battalion. No surprise here, Jack Lisson in net. 15th round pick in 2022. Talk about diamond in the North, Gary. Got in 12 games last season. He has started 16 of the last 20 games for North Bay, including a stretch of 8 starts. He is one of the reasons why North Bay is who North Bay is this year. 250 goals against average. That is 5th in the OHL, and a 29 1-1 record. On the other side, Bjorn Bronis getting the start once again for the Sudbury Wolves. Has performed pretty well this season. The only Wolves goalie with a winning record, 11-8-1-0, and he's got a 351 goals against average.
The officials for tonight's game: Connor Mallon, Nick Isaacson, our referees, and Charlie Giesler and Matthew LeCavalier will look after the linesman duties tonight for this game between the North Bay Battalion and the Sudbury Wolves.
Both teams missing their third leading scorer, Liam Amadovsky, not playing for the North Bay Battalion. No J.C. Lemieux for the Sudbury Wolves, and he has been so good for Sudbury since coming over from Windsor.
Yeah, he hopefully will be back not too much longer. It's a day-to-day type thing. Upper body injury is how they have it listed. So day-to-day, they're playing, of course, Sunday afternoon. Kingston will be in town. The Frontenac's up in Sault Ste. Marie to take on the Greyhounds tonight.
Yeah, J.C. Lemieux, 20 goals on the season, 10 exactly each with both Sudbury and with Windsor.
We'll start off with a win on the face-off, get it back behind their net. Genzula will pass it around the corner, up on this side now. Up they go. Dumped in by Chase Coughlin. Coughlin going after it. Getting there first, though, is Bronson Ride. Ride will fire it around this side. And then a nice job of forechecking to move that one in a little bit closer. Back over on this side. They'll feed it back to the point. And Trevor Odell will try his luck. Gets a long shot on net and a glove stop by Jack Lisson, and he'll hold on for a face-off.
Sudbury faring pretty well on home ice this season. 16-11-2-0 at home, a winning record. North Bay even 14-14, 2-1 on the road.
Face off to the left of Lisson. Now let's hope this the trend doesn't continue like it did on Wednesday night. Both Amanda and I were talking about how often the linesmen were getting involved in moving players out of the face-off dot. It was becoming very annoying, not only for the flow of the game, but also the players as well. One of the players we were talking to had mentioned that they had noticed it as well, that it seemed like every face-off, obviously not everyone, but a vast majority of them, it seemed like they were tossing people out or moving them around for moving too quickly, etc. Into the corner it goes. Hayden Petrie will get it ahead to Precision and Wellenreiter. There's a shot off of the stick of the defenseman. Back to the corner. Do they keep it in? They do, and that's Adrian Manzo with it. Quick shot towards the net, intercepted and backed off the boards. Manzo will get it back in. It's going to be a delayed offside, but the Battalion are able to clear the zone. They'll get some changes on the fly as Henderson heads to the bench as well. Hudson Chitteroni feeds off. Back to the point. Hudson Martin behind his net. He'll start heading up and then fired on the stick of Chitteroni. Fires it over to the other side to Luca Blonde and then dumped in. Pushed out in front there by Braden Bennett, but nobody there for the Wolves, and it'll be picked up by North Bay back on the other side. Nolan Laird with it. Laird with a shot, partially blocked there by Blonda. He'll clear it back to the corner, picked up by Kent Greer, dumped in. Once again, Blonda with the pickup, and then they move that puck ahead over to the far side. Chitteroni back on this side. Smith took a shot. Bennett, I should say, took the shot. Now Bennett will have another opportunity to move that puck around. Poke jacked away from him, however. And it's dumped ahead and brought into the Sudbury zone by Cam Warren. Warren will now head off to the bench for a change.
It was a really nice shift by that group. Chitteroni's first shift back and created a couple chances.
Doucette, shot. And a big rebound there. Wolves weren't able to tag on to that one. That is wide on the blocker side. On this side, they will get Ula. And there is Odell with it, dumps it over into the near side corner. Surrounded by the North Bay player, not able to get out. They get it out to the neutral zone. Brought in over the line by Pronin. Trying to sneak that one through, and a nice job by Bronis. Bad call there as they weren't able to get it away to set. Looking for another opportunity. Bronis will finally say, that's enough of that, and I'm just going to squeeze here, and we'll wait for a face-off.
Yeah, big save by Bronis, and you think he's going to get some help in clearing it away. Big save, and he gets that, but a quick turnover, and he's got to be sharp once again. Just missed the net, and then a cover up by Bronis. Good pressure from both teams early on in this first period.
Case Coughlin will come into the face-off draw. He'll be up against Ryder Cali. Cali and Coughlin. Puck is dropped, one by Coughlin, gets it over the far side. Didn't get enough on it, however, as there's another opportunity right in the slot area for North Bay. Bronis, bunch of traffic, saw that one and was able to clear that one away as well. On the side of the net, there's Gervais with it. Gervais fighting for possession of the puck. Finally, two Wolves players were able to get away from him, and Gavin Yules will control it now. Banked off the boards. He'll have to go back to get that one, and Yules will feed it up on this side. North Bay, though, right on top of the puck. Harper with it now. Lets one go, and again, Bronis with a lot of traffic in front of him. Somehow saw that puck go through, and the pass from Coughlin hit off a leg, and now it's back into possession of the Battalion. Procession across the blue line. Cutting to his right through the blue. Puck goes off the end boards. It's going to be gathered up there by Rowan Henderson. Henderson to the far side. Trying to hit Coughlin with it. Went off his skate. And then he's bumped into the puck carrier, Greer, by Blake Clayton. Back the other side. They'll clear the zone. Drop pass to Clayton. Clayton's going in. Rebound is there, and they can't stop it, or they can't get it through past Lisson. Puck is ahead. Londa will feed it on this side. Shot, and again, lots of traffic in front of that North Bay net now as the Wolves are getting their opportunities now. Tried to clear it back to the point, but Blonda had moved to the center of the blue line, and as a result was not able to tap that one into control. Back ahead they'll go. Henderson leaves it there for the far side. Shot at the side, and it's going to be cleared over to the open wing. Parker Vaughn with it in front of the net. Ethan Dean, and he came that close to putting it in, but he was a little bit too tight and wasn't able to maneuver very well as a result of that. Bennett trying to get it ahead to Chitteroni. Bennett will have a chop at it, but it comes up ice. And that's where Parker Vaughn will dump it into the far corner. Trevor Odell now. Odell around the boards, going to be kept in by North Bay. Vaughn going after it, trying to clear it over to Laird. And then the Battalion are successful in keeping that one hemmed into the Sudbury zone. Bennett with it now. Cross ice pass. It's Chitteroni. Onto the side he'll go, dump it in. And there's Braden Bennett fighting for possession against Brent Harper. Barahowski comes in to grab that one away. Barahowski rather. Back to the point they'll go. Shot through, missed on the blocker side. Genzula now. He'll get it back to the point. Little spinorama type move there as they work towards Artem Gonchar, and that one went up in the netting. And we're going to have our first stoppage of play and be back in just a moment.
Mobile family share plans from Eastlink make it easy to add members and save money for getting what they need and what you want.
In Canada, more than 13 million volunteers contribute over 2 billion hours every year. Volunteers support us in everything we do, and communities thrive because of it. At Volunteer Canada, we encourage and strengthen community involvement. We work with a broad range of partners to promote and support our shared vision of a vibrant Canada. To learn more, visit thenewvolunteer.ca, your connection to Canada's volunteering community.
They are the reigning Basketball Super League champions and are ready to defend their throne. The Sudbury Five are on Eastlink Community TV. Check your television guide for upcoming games.
Back to the point now. They'll get it towards the net. And again, Lisson makes it look so easy. Just slides over, got the pad in the way. Trying to hit his man on the fly. It's going to be an icing call against North Bay, and they're wondering why, in fact, that one was called, because North Bay was the player that touched it first of all, but some of the Wolves players not too happy with that play.
Yeah, it looked like the Battalion player could have got to it in the corner, and then it bounced out right in front into a Battalion player, and that's why the Wolves were a little unhappy the shot after the whistle on their goalie. So a couple pushes, a few shoves. Really good pace to this first period. The Sudbury Wolves got to be a little cleaner in their own end. Some turnovers that led to some secondary chances for North Bay, but they managed to bring it right back down and have some nice sustained pressure in the zone of the North Bay Battalion. A couple really good first, second, and third chances.
Gonchar back at the point. That one was tipped by Provorov wide of the net. Berehowski now, as Provorov goes in the corner to try and help out a little bit. Going to be picked up by the Battalion, rather. Hit the referee's skates, which works out in North Bay's favor. And Carey sends it ahead for Cronin. Cronin can't go far, but Harper will pick it up to this right point. Shot wide into the corner. Harper looking for that pass. Cleared away, or at least in front, by the Battalion. Now the Wolves will try to scoot it around. Berehowski got a piece of it. Here comes Artem Gonchar. Quick shot. As Henry Doucette let that one go. Trying to bring it over the line. Gonchar will drop it there. Coughlin behind the North Bay net. Coughlin back to the point for Gavin Ewells. Again, his shot wide, this time on the glove side. And they get it back to the point once more. They will dump it towards the net. Picked up and stopped. And on this side, a quick shot. Rebound is there. But Lisson did a great job of coming out to meet the puck carrier. So as a result of that, Adam Nemitz did not have an opportunity to get a real good shot away. Nemitz was there. He gets knocked down. Laird will feed it over to Ryder Cali. Cali dumps it in. Bronis out of the net and will feed it over in the far boards. Little pass ahead. That one was stopped up, so the defenseman decides to carry it himself. Blonda, and Coughlin loses the handle on it. Coming back the other side. Gervais works off the boards. Goes around one defenseman. Can't get around the second one, so here comes Blonda with it. Blonda's pass out to the neutral zone. It goes. As the Battalion make changes on the fly. And the Wolves will bring it across the line. Ethan Dean with it. Long shot. Wide again. They go. Bumped ahead. Owen Henderson trying to hit Dean with it into the corner. Now the Wolves will have Ula dumping it down into the corner. He chases after his own shot. Spinorama works it out, and Ethan Dean in there to try and help out. Turns it over to Henderson. Henderson will get a bump. He manages to get out of the way before he got checked by big Bronson Ride. And Henderson will go back. Ride has it. Clears it up to his left winger. And a long pass ahead. Wellenreiter goes in, and they score to make it 1-0. And a great pass ahead from Bronson Ride to give North Bay that first goal.
That was a thing of beauty, that pass. Alley-oop right onto the tape of Wellenreiter. 19th of the season. Look at it. Behind the defense, and then a great corral. Shot goes through the goaltender. Bjorn Bronis, again, 19th of the season for Nick Wellenreiter. And the Battalion are on the board first.
North Bay draws first blood on a great pass ahead from Bronson Ride. As he saw Wellenreiter on the go and managed to hit him on the fly and then made the most of it right there. Long Wolves coming back. Long pass. Bennett will go after the puck carrier. Can't get there fast enough. Barahowski's there. Chitteroni sends it over to Barahowski this side for Smith. Up off the blocker. And Trevor Odell will come in and try to push that puck ahead back into the corner. That's where it goes. Bennett is there trying to grab that puck away from the North Bay player. Braden Bennett now spins off the boards. Gets pushed down, and here comes Barahowski. Barahowski with it, gets it back to the point. Smith, shot, deflects off a skate to the corner. Under 10 minutes to play in this first period of play. North Bay jumping out in front just a couple of moments ago at 9:30. Wellenreiter scoring from Bronson Ride. Barahowski sets up shop in front of the net. They get it up the middle. Dubrovsek. Bennett off to Coughlin's stick. Bennett will push it back and then head off the ice for a change. Gonchar for Nemitz. Nemitz just pushes it ahead, but it's going to be Aaron Enright who controls it. Again up on that right side, cross ice pass to Carey. Ryder Carey will get a bump from Gonchar, but puck comes behind the net, right into Bronis's possession. And then Gavin Yules will try his luck with it. Do they get it out? They do, but it's back into the North Bay possession at the blue line. Back to Aaron Enright, this side for Harper. Harper puts the brakes on, looks back to the point where Callie is. And the two of them struggling to move that puck ahead. Finally, the Wolves are able to do so. Coughlin chasing after as Artem Gonchar was there as well. Now Gonchar will see an opening and try to move that puck ahead. Stops it, didn't like the way that was shaping up, but he does get it to Provorov. Cross ice for Coughlin didn't work. Here comes Callie with a shot, partially blocked and up into the netting, and we finally have another faceoff.
Ryder Callie has been unbelievable against the Sudbury Wolves this season. We talked about their top three scorers, but Ryder Callie is a guy who's got 5 goals in 5 games against Sudbury. On the other side, it is Blake Clayton leading the way against North Bay. He's got 5 points in 5 games. And Ethan Dean, who had a nice chance earlier in this first period, has 2 goals against North Bay. He has 5 on the season, so 2 of them coming against North Bay. And on that goal to Wellenreiter, 19th of the season, it was from Petrie and Ride. So one of the new additions, Caden Petrie, adding a nice presence to this battalion lineup as they make a push.
Somebody moving a little fast on the draw, so they'll do that one over again. Ryder Callie on the draw against Blake Clayton. Clayton manages to draw it back. Blonda trying to grab possession of it. Rips it around the boards and comes all the way up to Henderson. Henderson for Dean. That one deflects off the boards. He'll have to bring it outside and regroup one more time. Hudson Martin to Blonda. He's going to run into a little bit of a stopgap there and throws the puck away. Almost left on his own there. Sebastian Gervais. Now the Wolves back in possession. Henderson, cross ice pass for Nemitz. Nemitz tried to get it over to one of his players, but not able to do so. Back to North Bay. Here they go. Shot partially blocked there. And it's going to be Gervais with it. Gervais will take a bump into the boards by Adam Nemitz. Turnaround, getting back to the point. Greer didn't have much of an opportunity to let that one go. And as a result, it's now held on to and fired around the boards by Cam Warren to the far side. Warren will head to the bench and Greer backs up, catches it in the glove, and be dumped in by Henry Doucette as Wellenreiter dumps into him. Back the other way. Shot in behind the net. It'll be stopped here by Ula. Genzula around the boards for Trevor Odell, and then Ethan Dean just tips it. Now a 2-on-1 forming here, but good job by the battalion to come back in the zone and help out the lone defenseman. Right back to the point, right through the crease area. Shot, and that one was another pad stop by Lisson. Captain of the battalion down there now trying to move that puck around. And it's dumped down to the Sudbury zone. Ula. Up they go. Hard off the boards. Not hard enough, however. And here comes Warren back in. Beautiful play, and tries to pick the corner as he got around Gonchar nicely, but wasn't able to put it upstairs on the glove side of Bjorn Bronis. North Bay spins at the blue line. Petra. Bumped by Bennett. His pass out going to be picked up by Chitteroni. And there's Barahowski. Barahowski just slides it in. And again, making changes on the fly. The Wolves are. Stop. And Hovan will backhand pass. Nobody there to grab that one. Nemitz was looking for it. Gets it back to the point. Shot. Rebound out in front to Vaughn. Parker Vaughn now. Cross ice pass. It's Ryder Cali. Vaughn looking for that puck. Gets it. And that one went wide and hard off the end boards all the way back into the North Bay territory. 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in period number 1. Gubratsev couldn't get to it fast enough. And the Wolves trying their best to get it out of the zone. They do so. And into the corner. Here comes Henderson. Dipsy doodling, trying to get away from trouble. Gets the puck back to the point. Shot goes wide as it was tipped in front. Henderson will fire it open to the open boards over on this side. Bumped ahead. And Smith controls for Sudbury. Gets the return pass. It's going to be an icing call against Sudbury. No, they're not going to wave that one off. And here comes big Bronson Ride, number 25. Head for carry over to the far corner. Cronin will work around this side. Loses possession of the puck, but manages. The Wolves manage to get it back out to the neutral zone in North Bay's end, and Carey will come up with it. His pass off of Barahowski's skate. Back into Wolves' possession. Smith with it. Provorov to the far side. To Barahowski. Long shot. And again, Sisson makes it look so easy. Lisson makes it look so easy. Just sort of kicking that out to the side onto the corner. Round the boards they'll go. Barahowski with it. Gets it back to the point as the Wolves are looking for a lane to try and fire it into. Bouncing puck. And is cleared wide of the net as Bennett was standing there trying to knock that one down. Giving chase is Luka Blanis. Got all kinds of time now as they're making changes on the fly with just over 3 minutes remaining in this first period of play.
Well, what a pace to this first period, Gary, and you're exactly right. Lisson just looks so calm and confident in net. There have been some really good chances, and he has steered them all to the side. And it feeds through the lineup when you have a goaltender back there who can do that.
Yeah, he's not panicked at all, and you build off that as a forward or a defenseman. You can see how relaxed he is. Here comes North Bay down this right-hand side. Warren can't go anywhere with it. And the Wolves' Chitteroni will send it over for Hovan. Hovan gets a bump into the boards. Chitteroni will come and throw a check up against Aaron Enright. Chitteroni gets tied up by the defenseman. And they get the long shot towards the Sudbury net. It is wide. No icing call as the North Bay player touched it first of all, but stolen away by the Wolves. Now Wellenreiter, goal scorer for Procession. Procession clears it out in front. Got that tip in front, but not into the net. Back in the far corner. Chitteroni, he'll take a bump, but he'll get that puck over to the far side to Adam Nemitz, and he just dumps it ahead, and here comes North Bay once more. Procession His pass intercepted by the Wolves, and they'll get it back to their defense with 1.5 minutes to go. Dumped in by Gavin Ewells, and a stop in the glove by Lisson. And he'll feed it off to his defenseman, Hayden Barch. Barch trying to tie up the Wolves player. Not able to do so. The pass back to the point did not connect. And Wellenreiter battling for that puck a couple of different ways. Not able to come up with it, however. So they'll send it back to the defense again, and Petra will pick it up. Less than 1 minute to go. On goes the brakes. No, he keeps on rolling with it. Gonchar seeing an opening, clears it to that right side, but the players were heading to the bench, so nobody there to pick it up for Sudbury. Dumped down the ice, and Gavin Ewells will flank it up against the boards where Braden Bennett has control. Bennett now looking up the middle. Will clear it ahead and then put it into third gear and go after that puck up against Aaron Enright. Enright comes up with it, and it's cleared ahead as they come back over the line. Just 18 seconds left before we hear that siren, or horn I should say, to end the first period of play. The Wolves with their final rush of the period. Dumped in by Hudson Martin. Cleared out by Barahowski. And again, good job by the goaltender to listen to just keep it all moved back there. And another check thrown, and the officials are in to break them up before anything develops.
Yeah, I think refs had a rezo tonight because there was no stoppages in the last 8 minutes of that first period. We didn't have the second ice cleaning. Pretty crazy pace to this first period.
Absolutely. Shots on goal in that period. Sudbury doubling North Bay 12-6, but it's North Bay that has that 1-0 lead.
And when we come back, Caden Denny will talk with Caden Petrie from the North Bay Battalion. And Caden Denny also sits down with Wolves assistant coach Andrew Desjardins. And the break, and we'll have highlights, including the goal and more, right here on Eastlink Community TV.
Military history has always existed on a grand scale. These relics reveal the stories of those who are no longer here to speak for themselves.
If it wasn't for this object, I think we can easily forget that history happens, that people have lived experiences, and that they do make a difference.
Join us as we unlock the secrets of Militaria.
Militaria, Sundays at 6:30 on Eastlink Community TV 10 and 610.
Ralphie's Retreat is a not-for-profit organisation located in Norfolk County, Ontario, dedicated to the well-being of potbelly pigs and other animals by providing a safe haven. Cara Burrow and her team of volunteers take care of the animals at Ralphie's Retreat and work hard to increase public awareness of the treatment of animals and provide humane education programs to children and adult groups.
Une femme qui porte des sacs d'épicerie entre dans une cuisine ensoleillée.
Y a quelqu'un?
Elle aperçoit une souris sur le plan de travail. Elle fait tomber ses sacs d'épicerie. Une femme qui porte des sacs d'épicerie entre dans une cuisine mal éclairée.
Y a quelqu'un?
Un enfant masqué lui fait peur. Elle fait tomber ses sacs d'épicerie. Avez-vous vu la différence? Tout le monde n'en est pas capable. Voilà pourquoi nous avons la vidéo description pour les personnes atteintes de cécité ou malvoyantes. Pour en savoir plus, visitez ami.ca ou appelez au 1-855-855-1144, présenté par l'Association canadienne des radiodiffuseurs.
All right, I'm here with Caden Petrie. How's it going, Caden?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. How would you describe your play style when it comes to OHL and just how you want to play?
I think just fast. I mean, that's been sort of the thing that's got me where I have been, and I think just playing fast and using my IQ at the same time has been what's helped me the most. So just trying to do that consistently.
You're a player that consists of a hockey family. Your brother was in the OHL, so how does that get you ready for this level and as you go into the NHL?
I mean, it's definitely helped having a brother, obviously, that's older. I mean, you got a lot of guidance, and I think that's what's helped me the most. I've had him throughout my whole life, so I think it's been super good and super important for my development.
One guy you'd model your game after in the NHL?
Honestly, probably Braden Point. I mean, it's ironic he's with Tampa, but I think he just plays fast, plays hard, and he's in good spots pretty much every single time he's on the ice, and I think that's just who I've watched the most and who I've been trying to emulate.
I know you're in OA this year. How did you, coming into this year, how did you get ready for it? And knowing that you're in OA, what do you try to tell the younger guys to get them ready for years to come?
I think I just try to tell younger guys to like cherish their time. I think it comes quick, and I think they're all young, and I mean they're great players. I think they just got to keep on doing what they're doing, and we'll go from there.
One technique the coaches told you to kind of continue to put forward every day in practice?
I mean, I think just going hard, you practice how you play, and I think if you go hard in practice, it's going to emulate and translate to the game, and I think that's what they've sort of talked most about.
When we go about, how's the game day look for you, especially on the road?
I mean, pretty simple. Like today we ate at 2 o'clock. It's just like the team provides the meal. It's nothing too crazy, and then just warm up and get ready before the game, so nothing crazy.
Sounds good. I'm here with Caden Petrie. It was great to meet you.
Thank you as well.
You too.
When a child is abducted, everyone feels the loss. Help locate a child by signing up for free wireless Amber Alerts on your cell phone.
My name's Mark. I'm an alcoholic.
Dorothy T., and I am an alcoholic.
I'm an alcoholic. My name is Victoria.
My journey in AA started years ago when I reached the outside limits of my desperation.
And then these people, just gathered around me. That was the fellowship in action.
If I carry any sort of message with my story, it's that, keep coming back and that this thing does work.
If you have a problem with alcohol, contact AA. It works.
September 20th, 2007.
January the 9th, 2003.
December 14th, 2013.
On August the 13th, 2009, Dr. Ian McGilvery and his team saved my life.
Too many people die every year waiting for an organ donation. Please, let's eliminate the wait list.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Pledge a gift of life. You'll be glad you did.
This is 4 Minutes with Caden Denny.
We got Andrew Desjardins, assistant coach of your Sudbury Wolves. How's it going, Andrew?
Hi, Caden. It's great to be here with you today.
You too. So what does a game day routine usually look for you when you get to the rink?
It's pretty similar with all the coaching staff. We get there around 7 in the morning. We run through our pre-scouts with the coaching staff, make sure everything's dialed in that sense. After that, we go out with the guys, pregame skate. A little work after with some of the guys that, for myself, a little bit of work after with the guys to work on extra skills. I have special routines with certain guys that we run through every morning before the game. After that, we go home. I eat a pregame meal still, maybe get a little rest, come back to the rink around 3 o'clock. Again, we do the pre-scout when we get in, make sure it's all done, set, ready to go. Again, the special teams go first. The main pre-scout comes after, and then after that, it's just basically, little preparation. I'll look at some face-off stuff, try to dial in a little bit of that to help the centerman out. Just little details that I might see that can help individuals out, and then you go out there and play the game.
You had talked about a pregame meal. So what is one of the things that you like to have before you before you come in, and is it a ritual that you do every day?
For me as a coach, it hasn't been too much of a ritual. I kind of mix it up all the time. I know the players, when you're a little bit more dialed in as a player, you get into your certain foods that you want to eat. But for me, it's all over the place right now.
When adversity arises behind the bench, when it comes to games and high pressure situations with being down or up a few goals even, how do you deal with adversity when it arises?
Yeah, it's like one of those, maybe a little bit of cliche, but I never try to get too high or too low. I try to keep somewhat even keel. I think obviously there's situations where emotions do get higher, and then there's some situations where in the game where there's a lull in the game and you have to bring the guys up. So I think there's a good balance to that, and I think that's obviously, as a coach, I think that's the master. Trying to find that balance is not always the easiest thing to do, but you try to find that, and I think that's the way I approach it.
When you look at a player and the team in general, and you see a couple players in slumps, how do you get them out of it or keep their mindset fresh to be able to go out there every night and be their best self?
Yeah, I think that's a really good question. It's a really challenging one, I think, for most coaches to, sometimes it's hard to get, the mental game is a big part of the game of hockey. So it's like you're trying to get them into that mental state where they have their confidence, where they're not down on each other and are down on themselves. So I think you try to just keep them up, keeping them to do the simple things and the little things correct, and that makes them, guides them on the way to get out of those slumps.
How would you describe your coaching style when it comes to junior hockey?
Yeah, I mean, again, from the role that I have here, I'm trying to, I try to develop a good relationship with the guys, trying to develop, again, the little things. I keep going back to that, but I try to develop them as players, and as people, but more just to make them understand the game systematically, understand, certain situations, situational awareness and all that. So I think that's more my role right now, and try to get their confidence the best they can out of them.
It was great to meet you, Andrew, and look forward to seeing you at games.
This is 4 Minutes with Caden Denny.
Newcomers to Canada face many questions. Where can you get free language classes? Have your foreign credentials assessed and recognized? And get support for adjusting to life in Canada. We can help. You can find answers and more by visiting us online at cic.gc.ca/new. A message from the Government of Canada.
I think I've always been a positive person because a lot of the time you do things subconsciously without relying on sight. And I find you do a lot of stuff through memory. You can't tell if you see a person walking down the street. You don't know if they're visually impaired or not. CNIB gave me support when I needed it. My name is David, and I like to start my day off right.
My dad was a railway porter. It was just about the only job a black man could get. But he had big plans for us. Music would be our ticket out of poverty. I knew we couldn't afford that piano, so I practiced twice as hard.
Nice, Daisy. Okay, Oscar, let's hear it.
Turns out, I wasn't half bad. Then I found jazz, or it found me. It wasn't all easy, though. I faced a lot of hate, but I found my stage. They call me the man with four hands, Well, I don't know about that, but let's see how far this ticket takes me.
From Montreal to Carnegie Hall and far beyond, Oscar Peterson became one of the most recorded and celebrated jazz musicians of all time.
One of the fastest first periods we've seen this season, I think, Nick. No penalties called, very few offsides or icing calls, and the play just did not stop.
First period happened already?
It's done.
Oof. Whoosh, I blinked.
The only stoppage in play, well, that's not true because there were other stoppages, but one of the only stoppages was this goal from Nick Mullenrider.
Yeah, 19th of the season, and I mean, it's a nice goal, but the pass is where it's at. And watch this deep pass all the way down the ice from Caden Petrie, who was with Caden Denny for that interview, and no one else can get it but Wellenrider. Now, Gens Ula, a little bit better to get back and try to beat him to the spot because he does have to reach out for it. But, I mean, just a near-perfect pass right onto the tape. Wellenrider, 19th of the season, open up the scoring.
Yeah, opens it up on a great play by Wellenrider to get there, to follow the puck to the net and then slip it through the 5-hole as well. Wolves did have their opportunities on Lisson.
Yeah, we've talked at length about Jack Lisson and his abilities throughout the entire season, not just in this game, but the ability to turn it away and the focus that he has following the puck. And he's made some really big saves in this first period. Here's a couple of them, and this is what the Wolves were getting. They were getting some nice sustained pressure, cycling the puck around well, and just some really good passing for the Wolves, getting in front. Clayton, he's got 5 points against North Bay this season in 5 games. And then the follow-up from Ethan Dean, who's also got a couple goals against North Bay. And then this is another play, our next replay. So Hudson Martin, and the Wolves have tried this a couple times in the game. So the pass comes from the right corner. The goaltender's going from right post to left post on your screen. And Martin has done it a couple times. Brady Smith has done it really nicely. They're not shooting to score on the net. They're shooting on that, so that it's the opposite side of the goaltender, hoping for a guy coming out of the corner for a tip on that back door. And, I mean, Brady Smith has no goals on the season so far. You think, okay, I'm trying to shoot for the net. No, he's trying to help the team win and get a nice tip in front. And those are the type of ways that you're going to beat Jack Lisson, the only type of ways.
Well, that's right. I mean, he's shown out so far, and 12-6 shots on goal in that period in favor of the Wolves, despite that 1-0 trail that they are having right now. Let's take a look around the rest of the Ontario Hockey League this evening and see what is happening there.
So we got the Brantford Bulldogs tied with Kitchener, two of the top teams in the league going at it. Brampton trails Sudbury in the standings for the final playoff spot by 9 points. So still some wiggle room, but beating Kitchener right now. Windsor and London also playing. Barrie, 10 straight wins. They're taking on Sarnia. Niagara, Guelph 0-0. Kingston in Sault Ste. Marie. Kingston will be here Sunday. They're tied with the Greyhounds 1-1.
And that's what's happening around the O. Here it is in Sudbury, 1-0 North Bay. After 1, we'll take a break, be back with second period action on Eastlink Community TV.
Sponsored by Great Canadian Games and Hobbies.
I'm with my next guest, Dexter Tellier. Dexter, talk to me about preseason. How are things going?
Well, I'm giving 110% and trying to get pucks deep.
And what are some of your goals for this season?
I just need to play my game.
You mean working on defense?
No, Fortnite. I'm a kid for crying out loud.
Amanda Zurkowski might have astigmatism, but she definitely has her finger on the pulse of the Ontario Hockey League. Tune in Friday nights at 6:30 p.m. to get the latest in OHL news.
Get some glasses, lady.
My name is Irvin. I'm a safety ambassador. I really want every kid to play safe, or you can have a serious accident like I had. I got too close to a lawnmower and I lost my foot. So that's why I really want every kid to stay away from dangerous things like lawnmowers. Spot the danger before you play. Don't let it happen to you. Play safe.
Feel the waves, they come and go. Push and pull of highs and lows. Just open your arms and soul. Let the winds take control. 'Cause you know you'll be
most important part of the wish was the anticipation and also the hope. It gave her something to strive for. We'd sit there and we'd say, you know what? One more unit of blood, you're one step closer to your wish.
It really gave us a chance to become a family outside of the sickness again.
They grow up too fast when they're sick. They have to deal with all the stuff they shouldn't have to. So it's nice that they can just kind of go back to being kids.
Play underway. Ethan Dean gets it over to Genzula. There's his shot. Of course, he had a nice goal on Wednesday evening against the Sioux Greyhounds. Tucked that one upstairs on Wednesday night. Meantime, back at the crease area, a little pushing and shoving between a couple of players there and get things sorted out.
Genzula coming over in that trade with Peterborough. So he had 2 goals with Peterborough in 33 games. He already has 4, including that one on Wednesday, in 20 games with the Sudbury Wolves. So it's an instance of opportunity for a guy like Genzula coming into the lineup. You hate to see a guy like Kieran Walton leave, but you want to get pieces back that are going to help you now and in the future. And Genzula, big body defender who can clearly put it in the net.
Trying to put it in the net. Speaking of doing that, Ethan Procession around the boards. They'll go with Caden Petrie now, the first period intermission guest. He turns and fires, and Bronis has got the stick there to make a stop on that one. Ethan Dean with it, feeds it over. Intercepted by the Battalion again. Another shot, cleared it away nicely. And up the boards they go. Chase Coughlin will bump into his man, and he gets thrown down. So North Bay will go into the penalty box in just a moment as they give up possession, and that is going to be an roughing call, as Coughlin did his best job of just keeping his mouth quiet and not getting involved.
Yeah, he has really taken on a leadership role after the trade deadline. Chase Coughlin being a leader, and there's our first penalty of the game as he is spun around and thrown down. I think that's even a penalty in the NFL. First penalty of the game. Sudbury on the power play, where they are 10th in the Ontario Hockey League. And keep an eye on Jan Hovan, who's 3rd in the OHL with power play goals with 14.
Pushed ahead, Berahowski, who occupies this right point. Picked up by the Battalion, and Bronis out to stop it, but deflects it off into the corner.
Jan Hovan, he's got 22 goals, 22 assists, 44 points, 24 of those 44 on the man advantage.
Berahowski over to the far side for Nemitz, and then drop back to the point. And for Berahowski, it looks like North Bay is going to have another penalty.
That's going to be a high stick they got on Coughlin, cutting through, doing a really nice job protecting the puck, and the stick just comes up. One of those tough ones for North Bay. And actually Coughlin looked like he knocked it up into his own face. And I think that's what the North Bay coaching staff is a little upset about, and understandably so. But 5-on-3, a minute 23, and that first penalty to Caden Petrie. That one goes to Ryder Cali in the box. So a big chance for Sudbury to get at least one back here.
Well, it'll be interesting to see how they approach this. As you said, plenty of time with the 2-man advantage, so they want to make sure they're going to have some opportunity finally to get some lanes on the listen, because beforehand they have not been able to get any shooting lanes on them at all, because North Bay does such a great job of stacking it up in the middle. So let's see what they can do now over on this side. Chase Coughlin with it. He'll drop it. Drop it for Adam Nemitz. Nemitz will get it back to Gonchar. We've got a man in front. There's a shot and a nice stop there, because there's nobody in front of him whatsoever. So now you've got one person in front of him looking for the tip around, but again, nobody in front of the net to try and add any type of a screen at all against him. To the far side. Off the boards, where Adam Nemitz will pick it up. Backed in, Gonchar lets one go, but deflects off the leg of the captain, Procession.
Yeah, to your point exactly. If you're not going to have someone in front, what they're trying to do is get those passing lanes open, but you got to move it quicker if you're going to pass it around.
Yeah, they've got a lot of time, but that's the wrong attitude to have. Bad position there, hits the side of the net, Nemitz does. And they get it back to the point. Still have 13 seconds left, and then they'll go on just the one-man power play. Got that shot ahead. Lison's got all kinds of time. Rebound, score!
Getting on the scoreboard. It took a little while on that power play. 3 seconds left on the two-man advantage, so the Wolves will still be on the power play. Adam Nemitz, after Jack Lisson did everything that he could to keep it out of the net, was not able to get the last one. Nemitz is 10th on the season, squirting through, took his time, made sure about it, and the Wolves have tied it back up at 1.
Yeah, that's the approach that they're taking on the power plays, to sort of play the sides like that and then jump on the rebounds, which is exactly what they're doing. Whereas you'll see some teams want to cloud up the front of the net and go for the tips that way. So they've got another 33 seconds left, but North Bay's got possession of the puck and has it end right, passes it over to Manzo. Manzo will just clear it down into the Sudbury zone with 23 seconds left in the power play. Blonda finds his man on the fly. That's Bennett. Back to Blonda. Blonda lets one go. Score!
The kid's got a goal on the power play, giving the Wolves a 2-1 lead. How about that, Hudson?
Well, they were running out of time, so they got that shot away, and that will count for a power play effort by the Wolves and gives them a lead in a matter of just a few seconds apart. 29 seconds, the goal's coming. 2:59, and then at 3:28, they give Sudbury that 2-1 lead.
First one, 3 seconds left on that two-man advantage. That one, 7 seconds left on the second power play.
Carey just took a run at Henderson and tried to put him through the boards, and now maybe North Bay is a little bit ticked off at those two power play goals, and it's going to be an icing call against the Battalion.
Chitteroni, 5th of the season, and that's how you make a statement coming back into the lineup. For Chitteroni, it's been a long road since the injury in November, and the whole team just absolutely love to see that.
Back behind the North Bay net. The Battalion will go up on the right side, flip the head. Chased and cleared away by Gavin Yules with a one-hand on the stick type move. Yules has got it again and then feeds it up to the near side boards. Bronson Ride off of Henderson's leg. Ethan Dean and Henderson go at it. Clayton will dump it around the boards, and Henderson will bump up against the North Bay player. Dean trying to get it into Henderson. Now Dean, backhand shot up over top of the net and off the glass. There's Henderson now trying to get back up on his feet as he gets knocked down by big number 25. On this left side, Cronin with it. Cuts to the center. Looking back and dumps it in behind the Sudbury Wolves net. Smith will throw a check, and the Wolves will get the puck up to Adam Nemitz. Nemitz picking up his 10th of the season earlier. There's Nemitz digging away for a loose puck. Gets it back to the point. Blonda slides it over. It's a bouncing puck, and that one didn't miss by much on the far side. Here comes Blonda trying to get that puck to settle down and clears it far side. And dumped again in by the Wolves. You can see certainly a little bit more pep in their step here with those back-to-back power play goals by Sudbury. Dumped in by Nemitz, and they'll make some changes on the fly here. Wellenreiter doesn't get to the puck, but it goes across to the far side. Here's another opportunity for an icing call against North Bay. No, they're going to wave that one off, however. Chase Coughlin with it now. Coughlin trying to backhand it, and they do get it in on this side. Beautiful play to give it to himself. Chitteroni got it to the far side. Off the skate of Chitteroni as he was going to the front of the net. Adam Bennett now. Braden Bennett. Called him Adam on Wednesday as well. That was a nice pad save there by Lisson. As Berehowski is all tangled up with the North Bay player, and they're finally going to extricate themselves. Meantime, play continues on back at the Sudbury zone. Shot off the goalpost and twittering in behind the goaltender. Bronis now will tap both goalposts and say thanks very much. A little tip off there off the blocker of Jack Lisson. And Gervais with it now. He'll bring it across the red line. Feed it over for precision. And then through the blue was a backhand pass there by Gervais. Precision will bump into the Wolves defenseman. And then Blonda with the head down going full force. A 2-on-1 scenario here as they go across to that side and score. And kind of a missed time leaving the ice, Blonda there, because he left them short. And it was a 2-on-1 scenario they made advantage of.
Quickly the other way for the North Bay Battalion, and Sebastian Gervais with no mistake open net. Great pass across too on this 2-on-1. Defender for the Wolves tried to go down, just a sexy saucer pass over top, and Sebastian Gervais, the Memorial Cup winner, is a nice addition to this Battalion team coming down the stretch. His 20th of the season for Gervais.
Back at center. Clayton will tie up the North Bay player, get the return pass, and now the Wolves will head in over the line. Back pass. Ethan Dean tried to feed it through. Went off a player's skate. Back to the point, Gavin Yules. On this side. Back to Yules at the right point. Shot goes in. Hit by the defenseman, and they'll carry it ahead. Now Petra will turn in his zone and bring it back, and then start his skate up ice. Feeds off to the left side. Nobody there. Ethan Dean will take the check. Adjust his shin guard, and off he goes. A little bit too far for Clayton as he tried to redirect that one. And now the Wolves will have Artem Gonchar across the line. Gonchar with the pass off the skate of the Wolves player. Now back up ice, partially blocked by the Wolves, and bringing it across the line was Henderson. Back into the Sudbury zone. Up off the boards. Oban wanted to go ahead, but decides the better of it and waited. And there's a shot off the blocker of Jack Lisson. Wolves will get themselves set up in front of the North Bay net. And now they'll make some changes on the fly too. Adrian Manzo. Nice job to stop and block that one and keep it in the zone. A pass across to Hoban went over his stick. And out to the neutral zone. Now in over the Sudbury blue line. Back again they'll go as Odell gets it to Adam Nemitz. Nemitz leaves it there for Hoban. Hoban lets one go, rips it off the end boards, and Ula will take that push ahead. Hoban can't get anywhere with it. Cronin. Arseny Cronin with a backhand pass into the corner. Tying each other up. And then they'll get it through Coughlin's leg. Carey with it. Shot that deflects off a stick and goes up off the end glass. Carey will pick it up for North Bay. He'll work towards the net. Tries to get the shot. It goes over top of the net. Dubravtsev. Dubravtsev looking to move it around. Tried to shoot it out. Kept in the zone, however. Another opportunity for the Wolves. And Kent Greer is there to stop both of those chances. Now Carey against Coughlin. Now Chase Coughlin's going to go, and they're going to call a penalty on Coughlin, as it looked like he did a good job of stealing the puck away, but the referee said no. Slashing will be the call against Coughlin.
Well, let's take a look at it, Gary. Out of the zone, and a really nice play just to put the pressure on, and right on the hands. Crowd doesn't like it here in Sudbury, but it puts North Bay on the power play. And that's where they will be when we come back right here on Eastlink Community TV.
Hi there, I'm Great Canadian Kyle, host of It's Your Turn, the show where we talk about hobbies and play lots of board games. Join us on Eastlink Community TV Mondays at 9, where it's your turn.
Did you know that Lion's sense of vision is so powerful, it actually enables nearby creatures to see better? Here we see lions assisting the offspring of others, while their parents are elsewhere in the wild. Brilliant, isn't it? Making the wild kingdom look much better indeed. Do good, be a lion.
Do you enjoy preponderous poutine, maybe a buffet of burgers? Then Chris Mask is your sage guide for chip trucks in hot spots across Ontario. Off the Chip Wagon, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. No thesaurus required.
You ever carry a thesaurus with you just to wow and amaze people? Or?
Yeah, I got it.
Right
I got
there.
it right
there
here.
It is.
Yeah, it's digital.
It's your phone. Back to the point, falling on it, but getting the pass across to Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter will take the shot in. Again, tried to clear it out in front, but it was a good stop by Bronis. Back for Greer. Greer will try to knife it ahead, get the return pass, he will. And Greer will look for it one more time. Little saucer pass to that far side. Peter took the shot, and another one partially blocked there as Ethan Precision was there, but it was a weak shot that got through, and Bronis had no trouble with that.
Yeah, you look at the way that this game has gone, and it has been a brilliant game to watch. And the Sudbury Wolves dominating in shots 23-10, but it's those two plays that has North Bay tied in this game. That beautiful long pass that landed right on the stick of Wellenreiter, then a bad change by the Sudbury Wolves led to a 2-on-1, and you see North Bay just take advantage of what they're given and make some beautiful plays out of it with a chance to get more on the power play.
Peter will knock it back to the point on this side. Wellenreiter over to Greer. Greer will let one go. Nice pass and a good stop there by Bronis into the slot area. And the Wolves find an opening and clear it the length of the ice. Long pass up. That's going to be offside, however. So they'll bring it outside the zone as Jack Lisson looking for an assist out there.
In North Bay, surprisingly 13th on the power play in the OHL and 15th on the penalty kill. Specialty teams have been Sudbury's strength for most of the season. They are 10th on the power play and 3rd on the penalty kill. And there's some guys on this team that have been penalty killers for the Sudbury Wolves for 3-4 years on this squad, and they know how to get it done.
Nemitz on the draw, can't come up with it. Goes back behind the net where Kent Greer will control. Greer feeds it up. Nice job by Nemitz and Dean to work together. And Lisson will leave it in behind with 52 seconds left in the man advantage. Cross the line off the skate. And Adam Nemitz will patrol that one back into the North Bay zone one more time as Dean gets off, and then on over the line Clayton and Henderson, the #1 penalty killing unit out there. Hard off the boards, and there's going to be a chase for it. Goaltender is there to back it around. Intercepted nicely, and Henderson is there to stop that one. Hard off the boards. Picked by Kent Greer. Across the line, lets that bouncing puck go through. 6 seconds left in the power play. Warren over on this side. Shoots it wide. And I think Brown has still got a piece of it. And the penalized player is back on again. Coming in, trying to, nice poke check to get that one away by Lisson, as Henderson was at the end of the shift and was a little bit tired out as a result of that, but still managed to get the shot on net and won the race to the puck. Clearing it over, kicking up to himself, turning it around and getting it back. Blake Clayton. Clayton will go to the bench for a change as Ula Rips it around the boards and into the back corner. Enright is there, leaves it. And now the Wolves have possession one more time. Ula with a shot off the stick of Laird rather. And then over on this side, Kent Greer, who seems like he's been out there this entire second period, playing on the power play and doing a good job out there, number 5. Ula now will step away from it. Banks it off the boards, gets it himself. Actually went through his leg, so wasn't able to pick it up. But the Wolves will just bring it back to the blue line and feed it up for Hovan. Jan Hovan with it. Long shot, didn't miss by much. Score!
Gary, we'll call that a set play. As the shot goes wide of the net, and Chase Coughlin, with his 16th of the season, lights the water tower and gives the Wolves a lead back. Watch it here. Hovan just turns and fires, and Listen reaches for it, which puts him out of position. Coughlin able to bank it off him, I believe. Watch the bank off the boards, home bounce, and yet off the left skate in the net. Again, Coughlin's 16th of the season. He had 24 last year. He's approaching 20 once again.
Back in the Sudbury zone. They'll bring it up the near side boards. Berehowski standing for possession, bouncing it back. Clayton did, and then they'll go back behind their own net. Trevor Odell, his pass didn't connect. Possession over on the far side. They'll dump it back to Petra. Petra will get it back to the blue line, and North Bay keeps it ahead. Wellenreiter out in the slot, and that's going to be a penalty. Almost a good penalty, I guess you could call that one, because Petra was coming over and was going to have a great opportunity to shoot it on net.
That is a great point. Henderson makes the tough decision to take his man down, but yet Bronis out of position, and if Petrie just waits a little bit longer and doesn't have Henderson on him, he's got an easy goal. So Henderson probably saves one, and we'll see if the penalty kill can do it again for the Sudbury Wolves. Again, you're okay with taking those penalties when you have the third-ranked penalty kill in the Ontario Hockey League. You have the confidence that you're able to kill this one off.
Face off to the left of Bronis. Off the boards, won by possession, and they bring it back to the point. As always, Dreer out there leading this one as a quarterback. Back in behind the net. Possession looking for it. Dreer will. And cleared ahead. Blake Clayton trying to work it towards the front of the net. Knocks the goaltender into the net in the process. Here comes North Bay once more. Callie with it. Cross-ice pass. Hard off the boards. Greer looking for it. That's who's got it now. Greer ahead. Into the corner. Different approach again. Look at the people in front of Bronis there for North Bay. They've got a couple of players there where Sudbury was playing to the side and not worrying about causing too much problem in front. Not the case there. Redirected, and we've got a 3-3 hockey game just like that.
Top scorer on the team, Ethan Procession. Stick on the ice and you'll get rewarded. In front, he does it, number 26 on the season. It's a power play goal. Even back up 3-3. Watch the good movement by the battalion. Quick passes and then right through the legs, a nutmeg. Wellenreiter to Procession. It's a tie game again.
Five minutes and 44 seconds left in period number 2. The Wolves will clear the puck out to the center ice area. Gervais squeezed out of the play by the Wolves defenseman Gavin Yules. Yules will pick up the puck and then fire it up for Jan Hovan, who's not able to grab hold of that one. Interesting call by the linesman as he lost his footing, but still managed to make the all right sign at the boards. Chopped at by Chase Coughlin. Bronson wide gets bumped in by Hovan. That pass didn't go where they wanted it to. Directly in front. Nice job by Bronis to stand his ground on Harper. Coughlin down this side. Has it taken away from him. And Carey will cut to center, but he knows as he is offside as he made that cut to the right.
Oh, and there is some definite after the whistle stuff. And we'll stay here for just a second in case the gloves do drop. It does not appear so. So, we'll step away, take a quick break, and be right back on Eastlink Community TV.
Tuesdays have never tasted better. Tune in for all your favorite Eastlink Community TV foodies and chefs as they cook up their recipes back to back. Tuesdays starting at 8:30 p.m. It's Tasty Tuesdays on Eastlink Community TV.
Hey, here's some drug-impaired driving laws, simplified. If police suspect you're driving impaired by drugs, they have the tools to arrest you. First, a roadside test. And if you fail, further testing at the station, which can lead to your arrest and a criminal conviction for impaired driving. It's not just alcohol, it's drugs too. If you drive high, there will be consequences.
Is it time to move out of your mom's basement? Probably not this year. Local real estate agent Kevin Belanger welcomes his guests to sit down, pour a cup of tea, and talk about the secrets surrounding the real estate industry. Real Tea, Mondays at 8:30.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
You said the two words together.
I did.
And it sounds like...
It does.
Yeah.
And then broken down, it's Real
Tea.
Tea.
Amazing.
Layers. It's like an onion.
Like an ogre. Peter will pick it up for North Bay. As we go 4 skaters aside here for a little bit. Couple of minutes. Let's see, it was Hovan and Carey who got tagged by the officials for their indiscretion. Session now will work towards the far boards. Has to bring it outside of the zone, and Enright in control now. Now he'll leave it. Precision sends it back to Enright up to Petra. Petra tried to zip through. Enright will take that off his skates and then send it over to the far corner. Partially blocked there was Precision. And that's going to be a penalty call, as I'm not sure if they're going to take both of them or not, but I think I saw both of them going. Yeah, they did. So not sure if that's the right call. You be the judge.
So it was Nemitz there first, who takes down Precision, and then Precision takes down Ula. So 2 more go to the box. And what was a penalty-free first period started to add up in the second, along with the goals. 1-0 after 1 period. There's 3-3 is where we sit at. We'll go down to 3-on-3. It'll be 4-on-4 hockey.
Wolves Luca Blonda feeds back. Berahowski with it now. Over to Gonchar. Gonchar in front of the net. Going one way, coming back the other, but unable to get the shot on net. That was Henderson with it. Henderson will have his opportunity now, trying to redirect it. Second chance for Henderson, and stopped both times by Lisson. Dipsy doodle play by Wellenreiter. Then he gets bumped against the boards by Henderson. And they'll bring it outside of the zone. Quick shot away as Henry Doucette let that one go. Doucette will fire it back to the boards to Blonda. Blonda cross ice pass. Shot right into the glove of Lisson. He's going to hold on for a faceoff.
Yeah, the pressure continues to go on. The last goal on the power play. The procession from Wellenreiter and Greer is chance in front to tuck it home for the Sudbury Wolves. And Henderson has had a great second period. He had that chance on the breakaway shorthanded not too long ago. Beautiful poke check by Listen. He's had to face 25 shots already.
Getting everybody straightened away as they prepare for this draw. Picked up by North Bay. Bronson Ride. Being pursued by Provorov. Manages to get it up to Callie. Callie down that left side. Misses wide on the blocker side. He'll dump it in behind the Wolves net one more time. Ryder carry. And Provorov trying to come away with it. Back to the point where Ride will take the shot. Tipped in front, but tipped wide. Provorov chasing after the North Bay player. Brought in over the line. That's going to be okay. Shot, side of the net. A couple of fans thought it might have gone in from behind the net. Working it back to the point. Pass went too far. And Hovan's out of the penalty box and made that pass back. Intercepted. Here come the Wolves one more time with just over 2 minutes remaining here in this second period of play. Callie gives chase, as does Cam Warren. Warren in control, possibly almost blocked there by Blake Clayton, but he couldn't get his arms up quick enough. No icing call. Back out to the neutral zone. Center ice. Here comes Barahowski. Everybody converging on him. And a great job by Listen to follow him right to the net and then take that rebound or that shot, the backhand shot, right up in the chest protector. Watch it again.
Well, Barahowski's put together a pretty nice season. 10 goals, 26 points for him, and he tried to open up that 5-hole, which is what Henderson tried to do on the breakaway as well. But Listen does a nice job closing it up and making the save. A 27th shot for Sudbury.
They lead 27-16 so far, but we're all tied up at 3. Nemec gets it in for Trevor Odell. Odell goes back that way. And then it's cleared at the center ice here. It's going to be a bit of a race for the puck. Nice job by Gavin Yules to poke check that one out of harm's way. Yules with it one more time. He'll take a check, but get the puck out to the neutral zone. Hovan has it. Dumps it ahead. Goes after it now. Coughlin is there as well. Yules waiting for it back at the corner. Adam Nemec gets it back to Yules. In for Nemec. Nemec fades off. Hovan with the shot. Wide on the blocker side. Artem Gonchar will get it back in. And the Wolves, number 9, Chase Coughlin. Coughlin went for the check instead of the puck, but less than a minute remaining. As Coughlin was out in front looking for that puck. Didn't come up with it, however. And then it's dropped down. Hudson Martin. Around the boards it goes, back inside the Sudbury zone. And they'll just fire it off the boards and give chase again. Great bit of work there by Henderson to win the battle of the speed, but unfortunately it's going to be held on to there by possession. And a shot from Chitteroni that deflects off a leg and goes into this near side corner. Gonchar now. Tried the Michigan, but couldn't get it to stay on the stick, however. And it's back inside the Sudbury zone as they finish off their check. Bennett has a couple of words with Aaron Enright. Fans looking for a penalty that does not come. Bennett and Procession will have a couple of words. There's a lot of them going around. There's a couple of little pockets of disruption.
Is it going to spill over to the third period? We will find out. Gary, this is where the Wolves were on Wednesday. Tie game going into the third. No drop off for the Sudbury Wolves is what's needed into this third period if they want to come out with a win. When we do come back, Caden Denny talks with Wolves rookie Braden Bennett, who's going to be pretty fired up after what just happened. Caden also talks with Sudbury Wolves defenseman Daniel Barahowski about how he got to wear number 44.
All right, 15-10 shots on goal in that period in favor of Sudbury. They lead in that department 27-16, but we're all tied up at 3. We're going to take a break and be back with more Wolves hockey on Eastlink Community TV. Pops it back. Generoni gets that. Score! He picks that one up. Scores! Here's Henderson. Clear score!
Eastlink Community TV is your home for Wolves hockey action. Don't miss a single game. Visit eastlink.ca/local sports to see our full game coverage schedule. Wolves hockey on Eastlink Community TV 10 and 610.
Games should be played. Passion should be pursued. And children should be hugged. Our world without arthritis starts now. Give until it hurts no more.
I started wearing it when my mother was diagnosed. At first, I felt very alone, but then I started noticing others. Now, I see them everywhere, and they understand. We're in this together. We're fighting cancer together. I wear it for my mother, and now she knows she's not alone.
Every 3 minutes, cancer picks a fight with another Canadian. Wear a daffodil and let them know they're not alone. Join the fight. Buy a pin. Visit cancer.ca.
All right, I'm here with Adam Nemec. How's it going, Abbott? How's it going, Adam?
So we're playing a really good game now. We outshoot them, outscoring chances them, and we need to play like this in the third period as well.
How would you describe your play style when it comes to OHL and how you want to play as a player?
I'm an offensive player, a high IQ, and goal scorer.
Bit chippy to end the period there. How do you how do we come out for 2 points to end the game here?
Yeah, we know it's a derby match, and we need to score more goals than them, and we get 2 points.
Coming over from overseas, how does this translate to your game? Coming over from overseas to the OHL.
I like it so far, and I hope we can do something in playoffs.
Having a sibling in the NHL, how does that help you translate to the next level of your hockey career?
It helped me a lot. He gave me a lot of advices, and I hope I'll get pro like him.
One player that you'd want to meet or play with in the NHL?
Austin Matthews.
What is one thing that someone's told you to help you out in your career from the Pewees and juniors to now?
Every coach and my parents.
How do we come out with the 2 points after a nifty period, the first 2 periods?
Sorry?
How do we come out with the 2 points after this period?
We need to score more goals than them.
Sounds good. I'm here with Adam Nemec, and it was great to meet you, Adam.
Yeah, thank you.
You too.
I started doing pills when I got hurt. They made the pain go away. Well, some of it.
Hi, Mike Holmes here with some advice that could save your life. I'm talking about radon. It's the #2 cause of lung cancer in Canada. Radon is radioactive gas that comes from the ground. You can't see or smell it, but almost every home has it. The question is, how much? Protect your family. Get your home tested. It's easy. And if you have high levels, a certified radon professional can reduce it for a reasonable cost. Make it right. Find out more at takeactiononradon.ca.
Bring them on. The ones who aren't sure. The ones who can't wait. The ones with brand new shoes. And the ones with shoelace issues. The ones who love to be part of a group. And the ones who stand silent, tall, and more or less ready. At the YMCA, We never met a kid whose potential we couldn't see.
My name is Ben Vereen.
My name is Beth Kitzinger.
My name is Wayne Curry.
My name is Jerry Beauchamp. I have type 2 diabetes.
I have type 1 diabetes.
I have type 2 diabetes.
I have type 2 diabetes. It doesn't hold me back.
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 Nearly 26 million people are living with diabetes in this country, including an estimated 7 million who remain undiagnosed. With the right diet, exercise, and medication, people living with diabetes can gain control of their blood sugar. If you or someone you love has diabetes, talk to your doctor. And visit standfordiabetes.org to participate in the movement for better blood sugar control. And take a stand for diabetes. That's standfordiabetes.org. If you have diabetes, it doesn't have to hold you back.
Don't let it hold you back.
This is 4 Minutes with Caden Denny.
I'm with Daniel Berhowski, forward for your Sudbury Wolves. How's it going, Daniel?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. You were born in the States, and you came over here. How is having a family member as part of the team? How does that help you on a day-to-day basis with hockey?
Oh, it's awesome, especially him. My dad playing in the NHL. He has the experience of a player, and just helps with everything. He gives me advice after games, positive and negative. Helps me even on like practice days, like day in the life, what I should do, what off ice treatments I should do, everything. It's awesome. It's really helpful.
Pre-game meals you like to have?
So I go over to my dad's on a home game the night before, and he cooks me steak, chicken, and I have rice, and I'll bring home some leftovers for the next day.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Eat that.
Your future goals as a hockey player?
I mean, I want to play in the NHL. I think everybody wants to play in the NHL, so that's my goal here.
Play style when it comes to playing a 200-foot game?
Skilled playmaker. I like to make that pass, but if the shot's there, I'd definitely take it. But yeah, like I said, make that pass, make that smart play, no risks. And
how do you deal with big hockey moments when they arise?
I think I've always been kind of used to it. My dad's prepared me for the big moments, and you just stay calm, stay relaxed, and play your game.
How does that, being that your dad was in the NHL, how does that, growing up, how is that beneficial to now you playing hockey in junior level?
Oh, it's awesome. He's trained me and my two other brothers since we were, I think, 5 years old, and gone on the ice every day, skating skills. It's awesome. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. So I'm very grateful for a dad like that.
Who was your favorite teammate of your dad's to meet, or coaching staff that you met?
I liked all of them, but my favorite would be Jared Stahl when he with the Orlando Solar Bears. He was the assistant coach. He's a great guy.
How do you deal with injuries and setbacks as a hockey player in the junior level?
I think off ice recovery is a big part of that. You need to take care of your body off ice to try and prevent all those injuries.
Therapy and
yes, and hopefully you don't get an injury. But if you do, you just reset, kind of get your mind into place, and do whatever you can to get back on the ice as fast as possible.
If you could play a different position in hockey, what would it be?
I think it'd have to be a defenseman. You know, my dad played defense, and honestly, I don't know why I chose forward. I think I just like scoring goals, but he definitely knows more. He'd definitely teach me how to be a great defender if I played that.
Why 44 for a jersey number?
I don't know. I didn't really get to pick this year. I was always number 5, number 15. I love 55, but came here and 44 was given to me, and honestly, I love it.
44 is a good number.
Yes, it's a very solid number.
Thanks, Daniel, for joining me today.
Thank you very
it was great
much.
to talk to you.
This is 4 Minutes with Caden Denny.
Je m'appelle Jean-Simon, j'ai une amputation à la jambe gauche et j'adore faire la planche à neige. J'ai un grizzly sur ma prothèse parce que quand j'ai vu le dessin, j'ai comme vraiment fait « Wow, il me le faut sur ma prothèse ». Quand les gens me demandent c'est quoi qui est arrivé à ta jambe, ben, je leur dis que je suis né comme ça. Puis je leur dis que c'est pas ce qui m'empêche de faire le sport que j'aime. C'est vraiment grâce aux amputés de guerre si je peux faire de la planche à neige. Donc ce que j'aimerais dire, c'est un gros merci.
Every year, I have staff calling in sick with cancer. I always think most of us would take something, then suck it up and get back to the office. But not the cancer people. They have all-day doctor's appointments, all-day treatments. They're fine for 6 months, then they're not fine. I have to wonder, is this some sort of made-up illness for when they don't feel like working?
Your whole life, you fought your own battles. You fought the norm. You fought for equality. And today, we need you to fight again. Because in Canada, more people develop multiple sclerosis than anywhere else in the world. So, what will you do? Flee or fight?
Just one goal, no penalties in the first period. They certainly made up for it in the second. 5 goals and a raft of penalties as well to slow things down in that middle frame. But the teams are tied after 40 minutes of play.
It's been a really fun game to watch. It's been back and forth, lots of chances. And in that second period, lots of scoring. So we're going to start with the opener. And it was a 5-on-3 for the Sudbury Wolves, and we thought this is a chance to get one back, at least one for the Sudbury Wolves. They managed to get 2, but let's start with the first one. They do a great job moving the puck around, and Nemitz on that right side gets it across, and Jack Lisson is just scrambling. There's bodies everywhere. He's doing his best, but there's only so much that he can do. Nemitz able to get it into the back of the net on the power play, 5-on-3 with his 10th of the season.
Yeah, and so that was with 3 seconds left, I think, in that first penalty. So they had the opportunity to keep on the power play, and that's exactly what they did, and finished it off nicely as well.
Yeah, how about this kid from Sault Ste. Marie, Hudson Chitteroni, in his first game back since November 19th, and he is on the board with a power play goal. The second unit did a really nice job coming over the boards after that first goal. It's a one-timer that's just a nice pass across. You got Gonchar going to Blonda, and then Chitteroni on that spot, put it on net, and it goes under the arm of Lisson. It takes a little hit off of him and in the net, and you love this celebration. Watch the reaction, too, from Blonda. You see how happy he is for Chitteroni getting back.
Absolutely. North Bay not to be outdone, however, as Gervais comes back. It was an even strength goal, but some good passing to get it around, and Bronis had a tough time with this one. It would have been tough on anybody making a stop.
Yeah, we're going wide angle on this because we want to show you what exactly happened on this goal to create the 2-on-1. So North Bay has it. Sudbury's defender goes off for a change, which is fine in that situation, but you have to communicate, and one of those forwards has to go back to take his spot. Gervais off the nice saucer pass right on his stick, and you said it, Bronis tough one on that open net. Gervais gets his 20th of the season.
Now the teams would exchange other goals after that, so we're tied at 3 after the 2 periods of play. Let's take a look around the rest of the Ontario Hockey League right now.
Brantford, Oshawa taking on each other, and that's 3-1 for Brantford. Brampton, who trails Sudbury, trails Kitchener in this game 6-1. Windsor and London. Windsor up big on London 5-1. A couple other games to tell you about, including the Barrie Colts, who are on a 10-game win streak, tied with Sarnia right now. Niagara up 2-1 on Guelph. And Kingston, who will be here Sunday, are up 4-3 on Sault Ste. Marie.
3-3 here in Sudbury after 40 minutes of play. We're going to take a break and be back with more Wolves hockey on Eastlink Community TV.
Get ready to spice up your Mondays with Mama G's cooking experience. Join Chef Gates, the master of simple, budget-friendly meals, as she shows you how to whip up delicious dishes without breaking the bank.
I got tons of tips. Tons and tons of tips.
Whether you're a kitchen rookie or a seasoned home cook, Chef Gates makes cooking easy and fun. Don't miss Mama G's cooking experience Mondays at noon on Eastlink Community TV.
I did it. I need it.
The hero gave it.
And I am alive.
As an organ donor, you can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 75 others. Please go to our website. Pledge a gift to life. You'll be glad you did.
Bjorn Bronis, who made some nice stops and has kept Sudbury in the game. Only 16 shots, but they've had some real good ones, Nick.
Both teams have had some awesome opportunities. The goaltenders have been sharp. It is the same spot the Wolves were in on Wednesday, tied after 2. Sault Ste. Marie scored 3 in that third period to win it 5-2. What will happen here?
Wula and Callie exchange pleasantries as they skate past each other. Meantime, the puck is back in the North Bay zone. Hard up the near side boards. Henderson touches it. Ula's got it right now for Sudbury. Cross ice pass. Odell tipped in by the Wolves. Ethan Dean touched that one, and they'll get changes on the fly. A half a minute into this third period. It's the third period, Gary. Wake up. Okay, I will. I'm awake. Dumping it over the line.
We don't have to go back to the first.
No, we're not going to do that. Yeah. No, we're good. Around the boards it goes to the outside. Hovan, little chip play. Didn't get it out of the zone, however. Hovan has another opportunity with it. Solid check thrown there by Adam Nemitz. And that flip pass will get it out of the zone, but not onto Adam Nemitz's stick. Greer with it now. Greer for North Bay. A little backhand shove behind the Sudbury Wolves net. Wellenreiter. Wellenreiter trying to take it on the backhand, and then he'll feed back to Enright. Enright's shot. Hello. Bing, 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 bing. The red light special. That was a goalpost you heard dinging there. Greer with another shot. And this time it'll be Bronis hanging on to that one as he'll go and tap that goalpost and say thanks so much for that.
Yeah, Bronis has had luck from both nets here at home. There was a crossbar in that second period that went bar down and just stayed out. That last one, you could hear the ding from up here. Enright, the big shot, got Bronis going the other way and is tipped in front. No, just right off that right post and pinged out. Good chance for North Bay in the zone already.
Possession gets it back to Petra, and Petra will take the shot, and it's to the far side where Luca Blonda gets checked heavy and against the boards, and the puck goes up and into the Wolves bench area.
Second period, there was a lot of words exchanged between these players after the whistle. Some strong words in all capital letters. And so we'll see if that carries over into this period.
Exclamation marks after said bold lettered words.
Yeah.
Clayton. They tie each other up. The puck goes between them. Clayton still trying to get that puck back into possession. Dean can't get it. Goes back to the point over on this side for Greer. Greer will redirect it or get a shot that gets redirected by Petra. Wide of the net. Now Petra will get a little bit of a play off the post there from Greer, and a solid check again thrown by Procession as he broke his stick in the process, broke Henderson's stick in the process, and Henderson will just turn and backhand it out of the zone. That one kind of stood him up as Procession got a little check there from Genzula. Back to Ula behind the Sudbury Wolves net. 2.5 minutes gone in this third period. Parker Vaughn in front. We'll go to the far side and tipped ahead. Berehowski will go after it now. He'll be watched there by Carter Konopaski. Konopaski can't come up with the puck. Get it over to Bennett. Quick shot, trying to go upstairs on the glove side. Good job by Lisson to hang on to that one. Ula will come in and throw a check and move that puck ahead. Berehowski gets it to the far side. Round the boards. Back for Odell. Odell will dump it back the other way where Berehowski has it. Leaves it there for a partner and back to Ula. Ula swing and a miss. Going to be Parker Vaughn on the breakaway. Semi-break. Parker Vaughn. Did that go off the post as well? Boy, oh boy, you got a lot of thanking to do here tonight as Bronis makes the stop on that shot. I don't think he saw it, but he made the stop, and again, the goalpost comes into play.
Yeah, a couple lucky moments for the Sudbury Wolves. Parker Vaughn, forehand, backhand, off the post. Here's the overhead view. Great job by the crew here at Eastlink Community TV, and Bronis then has to get back into the middle as this one comes quickly, and he covers up. But boy, Parker Vaughn has had some really nice chances. He had that Saxon deke earlier in the game where he got stopped, and that one stopped by the post.
Wolves will work their way up the line. Chipped ahead. Nemitz going in after it. Out in the slot area, but the Sudbury player was in a little bit too quick, however, and not able to make the stop on it. Turning with it. Here comes Hovan. Jan Hovan. Wolves got a lucky break as the stick broke on the North Bay player. He grabs another one. Carey does. Ryder Carey. Across the line. Hovan trying to push it out in front. Trying to get it back to the point. Not able to do so. Now they'll work it up. And Hovan is with it. He'll decide to deposit it back to the defenseman. 15:50 left to go in period number 3. All tied up at threes here. As you just joined us, 1-0 North Bay after the first, and the teams exchanged goals. Sudbury scoring 3, North Bay 2, so 3-3 after 40 minutes. And here comes Rowan Henderson. Henderson went to bring that one away, but unfortunately rolled off the end of the stick before he could fire it. Greer behind his net. Hard off the boards. Up towards Gervais. Gervais gets it ahead. Little dipsy doodle there. Nice play by Cam Warren, but his shot was up too high. Greer and Cali now. Cali for North Bay. Shot towards the net. Big blocker save. Gets it off to the side. Nemitz will get it back to the point. Not out. Hudson Martin gives chase. Up off the boards. Picks it up himself. The Wolves will have another opportunity as they go up the other side. Martin sends it back. And then Blonda and Martin trying to work together on this one. Over to Luca Blonda. Blonda's pass. A little bit too far for Bennett. He'll take his man into the boards and lose possession of the puck. Wellenreiter. Cross-ice pass. Dumped in again by in the Wolves zone, and Bronis comes out to make the stop. Bennett can't pick it up. They get it out in the slot area. They finally get it turned around, and Manzo will fake the shot. Now he'll let it go wide open in front of the Sudbury Wolves net, and Sudbury caught a break there, big break, as the goaltender did not mean to have the rebound go over there. Berahowski will dump it in, and the Wolves will make a wholesale change.
That was a tough rebound for Bronis. Came out the exact spot you don't want to have happen.
North Bay's got to wait till their man Petrie gets out of the zone. He does do so, and Parker Vaughn brings it in. Vaughn now bumps off of Trevor Odell. And a good bit of work there. Nice work by both Vaughn and Cam Warren as they fight for possession of the puck. Adam Nemitz will fake one way and go the other, and then picks up the puck in the process. 71. Cleared in by Chase Coughlin. Bronson Ride and gets it over on this side for Hayden Barch. Up they go to Warren. Warren across the line, cuts to his right. All kinds of difficulty there as Barch will move it ahead. Now the Wolves with Adam Nemitz got tied up with himself and was not able to keep that forward momentum going. Carey now controls for North Bay. Up off the boards. Coughlin with it. He'll take a check, get the puck back to the defense. And then Coughlin will head to the bench for a change as Gonchar moves it ahead. On this side, Henderson for Clayton. Ethan Dean on the far side. Dean can't get to it, however. And will be brought down the ice by Pronin. Pronin's got Carey in front of the net. Pronin still hanging on to it. Now Ryder Carey getting it back to the point on this side for Greer. Greer up ahead. Trying to work that backhand. Shoots, they score and take the lead on a goal from Pronin.
Yeah, North Bay putting the pressure on in this third period, and they finally break through. It is Pronin in front on the doorstep. Watch him work it around. And just the traffic that Bronis has to see through. Another rebound that goes right to a North Bay player. Pronin, number 6 on the season. That gives North Bay the 4-3 lead.
Senny Pronin, you saw him just a second ago on the ISO. Here's Carey. They're staying out there looking for another one, and Pronin will go up against Ethan Dean. Pronin is going to try and get another one all by his lonesome. There's Bennett with it, Braden Bennett. Right onto the stick of Hudson Martin. Martin will clear over for Chitteroni. Chitteroni up high as the goaltender leaned back against the net and sort of pushed it off its moorings, and they whistle it down.
Well, Jack Lisson will step away from the net as they fix that. We'll also step away and be right back on Eastlink Community TV.
Your mind does matter. Join Gene Montgomery Wednesdays at 4 p.m. for the latest talks with healthcare professionals regarding matters of the mind. Mind Matters, Wednesdays at 4 p.m., available to Eastlink video customers.
My doctor introduced me to CNIB, telling me CNIB could help me, and I had no idea what I was supposed to do or what I could do. CNIB give me all the tools, all the skills to be independent. Life is very precious. My name is Danny Leung, and I love my life and I love my community.
Is wrestling real? If you have to ask that, then you aren't ready for rock solid wrestling. You can practically smell the action right through your TV. Rock Solid Wrestling hits the mat every Saturday at 12:30 p.m.
And they're getting some problems with the goalpost. That one that Lisson was leaning on the back of the net and sort of pulled it out and might have knocked a bit of chunk of ice out of the way as well. Watch it here in the rebound as he leans back. Boom, and there goes the net off. There you see.
Yeah, that's a bend there.
That's a fine, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's a $50 fine for the goaltender.
That's how much the part is?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
They're waiting. Oh, there we go. The arena staff is got his little red toolbox and is heading out there with the drill, which they'll have to re-drill the hole and plug that pipe back into the ice and reset the net.
Now, I've always thought this. would be a great idea, right? So the arena.
Here's the crazy thing: they're not going to charge them $50. I would just make that.
Okay, good. Because I could get a better deal, I think. But arena staff, they come out and they just have the boots on, right? Makes sense. But what about giving them like one of those curling things so they can slide out?
A slider.
A slider, because they really took their time getting out there.
Yeah. And look at that; it's fixed already.
Oh my goodness. Like a glove.
Although it's still a little
wonky.
A little wanky there, wonky. Yeah.
Maybe shoot from that left corner.
You may have to come back soon. Don't go too far.
Don't put that toolbox away.
11 minutes and 53 seconds left in the third period. Gary Beach along with Nick Liard as the Wolves try to even this thing up again. It's going to be Chitteroni on the draw. Won by the Battalion. A little back pass over to Ponan, who has the go-ahead goal for North Bay. From the Wolves, Braden Bennett. Across the line, at the blue line. Quick shot. Nice paddle save there by the goaltender. Listen. Cross ice pass, a bouncing puck. They'll settle down, and Bennett got a piece of it, but almost went to the corner of the net at the last moment. Listen got his leg down. No icing call on this one. Brady Smith trying to tie that puck up against the boards. That's in Martin in there as well, and then Chitteroni will send it back to Martin. Martin on this side for Smith. Nemitz leaves it there for Coughlin, directed towards the net. Goaltender Listen is there, little flip ahead pass. Trevor Odell will take it off the skates, hammers it against the boards, not out of the zone, however. Nemitz looking for it. Bring it across the line. Hovan. Second opportunity to try and tuck that one in, but it didn't go for them. So the Wolves will chase after this one. It's going to be an icing call against North Bay.
That one will be an icing for sure. And some more words. Bronson Ride exchanging pleasantries with Chase Coughlin, who got tied up at the line. And a couple good chances for Sudbury on Hovan, and Adam Nemitz cutting to the front of the net.
Ride still chirping away out there. 6'7", 212-pounder. So we'll keep an eye on those two and see what happens. Gonchar slashed at. Backhand shot. Deflects. Oh, rebound, and Coughlin couldn't get it away. Bride, meantime, goes after him. Back the other way. Gavin Ewells for Sudbury. Cuts to the outside. Decides to go inside, I should say, as he shot it in the outside. Gets it around, back to the point. It's going to end up on Artem Gonchar's stick. Gonchar will try to move it forward. Ended up hitting a North Bay player right on the pads with it. Back the other side. Henderson feeds it there for Blake Clayton. So North Bay trying to use some muscle and some good solid checks out there to get the Wolves to back off a little bit. Possession will get it deep into the zone. Spinning around with it is Vladimir Provorov. Now back behind the Sudbury net. Up this right side, cross ice pass. Londa, pass towards the front of the net. Henderson was looking for it. Didn't go on his stick, went to Manzo instead. And a good job by the defenseman to hang his ground and not allow that North Bay player Manzo to go through him. Martin, swing and a miss by Luca Blonda. As he just went down and got the least of a big check thrown by the North Bay player, who ended up dropping something on the ice, I think a neck guard. Hudson Martin to the far side, where Barahowski will dump it towards the net, and it's an easy glove stay for Jack Listen.
Gary, you know what I was just thinking? What You know, the person who came to fix the post, as you get a look at this chance for Chase Coughlin again battling with Bronson Ride. A great battle in front, but that post seems to be holding up pretty good. Listen going into the net. What does that person do for the rest of the game?
They're on alert, high alert.
High alert? Because you could go like games without a post.
Fill up the Zamboni.
Okay, with gas?
Yes, and water.
Oh yes, that makes sense.
That one time where they mixed it up, I'll tell you, it was not good. Bronson Ride will dump it into the Wolves zone.
40-1 mixture.
Yeah. Wow. Everybody had to leave the arena. Not good at all. Little dump pass. Here comes Odell with it. Odell drops it for Chitteroni. Going back to Odell. A nice stop by Lisson as Chitteroni fired that one towards the net. Chitteroni tried to get it back, but it's going to be gobbled up there by Pronin. Pronin cutting to his right. Slashes it in the slot area. Adam Nemitz with control now. Wolves trying to tie this one up with 7:40 left to go. Berehowski will. And Artem Gonchar. Gonchar on the far side. Shot towards, well, they got the right idea, but Coughlin shot right into the glove of Lisson, so he'll just hang on to it and then work from the faceoff.
Yeah, trying to create a rebound, and if you don't, at least to get the faceoff, you get set up in the zone. Winning the faceoffs are key, and this is a much better period in the third for Sudbury this game than on Wednesday. They still have some time to get back that one goal. 35 shots, and it just tells you the talent of Jack Lisson, who coming into this game 2-0 against Sudbury. In those two games, he gave up just 3 goals combined, and already 3 in this game, so they've gotten to him, but it's been the 4 goals on the other side, a little bit more of a difference.
Coughlin on the draw, back to the point where Gonchar has it. Quick shot off the blocker of Lisson. Chopped at by Gavin Ewells, a bouncing puck, and it's knocked back out to the neutral zone. Back in Sudbury's end now. On for Warren. Warren will clear it back to Greer. Greer. And finally, Aaron Enright sends it up. And North Bay trying to move it back in towards the Sudbury net. Warren is there. Back the other way. Jamming away at it. And finally, Bronis will fall on it. Sebastian Gervais getting pushed out of the way by the Wolves defenseman.
What a nice pickup for the North Bay Battalion at the trade deadline. Sebastian Gervais acquired from Saginaw. 317 OHL games, now 318. 26 playoff games, Memorial Cup winner in 2024. And one of those players that you just love to add to the lineup because he's going to add that experience and know when the games get tough. In the locker room, he's a guy that you want to have for sure, along with Caden Petrie, who will spend a long time in Flint. So these North Bay doesn't usually, go all in at trade deadlines. They like to develop from within and build their players up that way. In the last couple of years, they've gone for some nice free agent additions like Nick Wellenreiter. But for the most part, they've kind of kept it low key on the trade department, but added some nice pieces.
Nice draw by Blake Clayton as he got it by past Procession. Now Henderson ahead with it. Across the line. Spins it back. Hudson Martin ended up hitting his intended target in the skates with him. Little flip ahead pass going to be picked up by Martin. Martin goes back to his partner Blonda. Martin back to Blonda. Tipped ahead by Provorov. Henderson is in there along with Blake Clayton as they try to move that puck around in favor of Sudbury. Unfortunately goes right back to the right winger, and now bringing it over the line is Provorov. He's having some trouble maintaining possession of the puck, but Wolves will make a couple of changes as Henderson and Clayton go off. Redirected out into the slot area, picked up by Sudbury. Be brought up ice now by Ula. Genzula shot up off the blocker of the goaltender Lisson. As we See, the clock is an enemy for Sudbury right now. 5:43 left to go. Trying to knock it aside over the far corner. Here come the Wolves over on that right wing, bringing it in. Berehowski wasn't able to get it down deep. Jan Hovan will try his luck. He's got a whole bunch of North Bay players to try and get through, and that was a couple of massive checks from behind. And a boarding call as Hovan is feeling the effects on his wrist.
Yeah, left hand, so we'll keep an eye on Jan Hovan, who's been so good on the power play, which is where the Wolves will be. Bronson Ride going up. We'll be right back.
Eastlink is proudly rooted in your community. From Ontario's neighborhoods to lakeside cottages, we're more than a connection. We're your neighbor. Wherever you are, we're with you. Because community isn't just where we work, it's who we are.
Busy schedule. KW Titans at Sudbury 5. That'll be tomorrow night. Kingston's in town on Sunday afternoon. Then you got Oshawa in Sudbury next week, and Sudbury against North Bay once again. And we spared you some disappointment there as the North Bay Battalion got another one. Who else but the captain, Ethan Procession, his second of the game, number 27 on the year. Watch it here.
Yeah, one that Bjorn Bronis would love to get back. It was sort of a tough angle shot, and he found the far corner. And Procession, looking to his adoring fans to shower him with praise, gives them a 2-goal cushion with just 5 minutes left in the third period.
Yeah, that's the tough part. I don't think you can have them back.
Dump back into the Sudbury zone again. Bronis is out of his net, leaves it there. And it's cleared ahead. Going to be an icing call against Sudbury as Blonda pushed that one ahead, wasn't able to hit his man with the puck.
So Cronin and Procession, the goal scorers in this third period, and the Sudbury Wolves now find themselves down 2 with time running out, and we'll see how quickly they pull the hook on Bronis to try to get him out. And for the most part, he's kept them in this game like he did in London last weekend. So tough spot, 3 quick goals. Bronis comes in, stops 30 of 31 shots to give them a chance. They end up losing 4-2 in London, a tough place to play. I don't think they've won in London since, 2010? Something like that. And he's kept them in this game for the most part, but it's an uphill battle.
Coming up with it, Blonda will try his luck again. Smakes it off the top glass all the way around, comes to Blonda. Provorov over on this side, on the left wing, on the left point, I should say, back to Blonda. And to stick handle and look for an opening as well. Provorov will let one go. Hits the defenseman in front of the net. Now one of the North Bay players lost his sticks, got it back up again. Quick shot, rebound is there, and they can't get it past the goaltender, as Lisson is doing a good job of covering that puck up and holding on for the face-off.
Yeah, rebound was there in front. They got some traffic in front of Lisson, and it drops with a chance to get the rebound. Just a great job by the defenders pushing Ula, who's the defender, getting in front of the net using that big body, but then you see Callie and other players of the battalion just kind of creating a wall around their goaltender.
Yeah, good to have Ula there, as you said, a big body in front of the net to try and act as a screen. They get it back to Gonchar. Far side, Berehowski, goaltender, out of the net now, as the Wolves bring that extra attacker on. And it's going to be gobbled up there by Ethan Procession. Long shot, wide of the net. Here come the Wolves. He'll turn back up ice. Slowly but surely, Gonchar dropped back. And Berehowski leaves it there for Gonchar. Gonchar for Hovan. Back to Gonchar. Trying to get lots of room, or I should say lots of bodies in front of Lisson, but manages to get the glove on it and holds on again for a face-off.
Hovan taking the shot, but kind of looking for that tip with Nemitz right on the doorstep. Nemitz just missed it, and it goes right into the glove of Lisson. He's made another stop in the game, almost at 40 shots on net, 37-27. Back in the net is Bjorn Bronis on this face-off. Down 2 goals, North Bay. If they win the face-off, they can just shoot it down at that empty net, so get control of it.
Going to be Chitteroni in his hands to try and draw it back. He's up against the captain, Precision. And Ethan Precision does a good job of getting that puck back. Too far and over top of Gonchar's head. And goaltender Bronis will stop it there for Luca Blonda. Blonda works his way up. He had ideas about going to the bench, but Blonda just said, well, we better wait a moment. And he's the last man back, watched by Pronin. They can't get out of their own zone. Gonchar. Carey watching Gonchar, and then Hovan will bring it across the line. They clear it to that far corner. Dumped off the boards by Chitteroni on this side for Gonchar. Extra man is out. Shot towards the side of the net. Cleared in. Jammed away at. And they'll get it off the bank boards by Gonchar. Gonchar cross ice. Luca Blonda redirected nicely by Nemitz. And it was Lisson who had lost his goal stick, managed to get the glove on it, and says, I'm going to hang on to that thing for dear life.
Some really nice tips in front. That one just wide, trying to go between the legs to stick it back out. It stays free, and this is where the goaltender lost his stick. Right on this play, it comes back out, and Coughlin banging away at it. Hovan in there as well, and it clears to the corner. They get one more look as we have a timeout on the ice. And you know, the tough one for Sudbury, yes, they've given up 3 straight goals. They had that lead in the second. Procession gets the goal to tie it at 3, and then 2 more straight for North Bay. But the toughest one is that Procession goal, his second of the game, because it was shorthanded. The Wolves down 1. You have the power play, and Procession scores shorthanded on the assist from Petrie. And that one a backbreaker, and you said it, a goal, a shot that Bronis would love to have back, just kind of beat him high over the shoulder. And a shorthanded marker for the North Bay Battalion. Sudbury 2 for 3 on the power play in this game.
Face off to the left of Lisson. Net is empty with 2:16 remaining. Clayton wins it back. Berehowski lets it go through his legs. They do a little bit of a circuitous route, and Hovan will bump it into Gonchar. All kinds of bodies in front of the net. I don't think that one would get through unless you had eyes on it. Now they'll do it at the side. Tried to get it over to Berehowski, who was standing there, but couldn't get it away. Stopped. The net is off the mooring one more time.
Yeah, same post. And seems to be bent again. They put it back on. It's still pretty loose. With 1:54, I wonder if they're just going to let it go like that. I mean, one little bump, it's going to come off.
They're over there saying, please don't lean on the post.
Yeah, whatever you do.
Yeah, just stay away from there.
Just leave the net a little bit open.
Let them score if you have to. I don't care.
Just
Chase Coughlin on the draw against Ryder Cali. Cali's moving in a little bit too much for the linesman. Coughlin will go head first. Didn't get him up with the puck, however. Bronson Rye does. And his clearing pass finds its way off of a glove at the North Bay bench, so they'll do it all over again with just 1:47 left to try and score a couple.
You mentioned the season series for these two teams. This is the 6th game. Sudbury 1-4 against North Bay, but coming into this one, scoring has been close. North Bay outscoring Sudbury 17-13 in those 5 games, so the season series has been close scoring-wise. It's just been on the victory side for North Bay, and they hold on for another 1:47. They will win their 5th against Sudbury this year.
Procession getting it back to the point. Berahowski trying to get it past him. Nemitz is in there as well, as is Petra. Now they managed to squirt it past everybody. Gonchar, and Wellenreiter's got a wide open net. He'll fire that one in, and it's a 6-3 hockey game as North Bay puts the final nail in the coffin.
And North Bay fans who have made the trip or just live in Sudbury having a good old Friday night here at the Sudbury Arena. Gonchar tried to hit it back into the zone and ended up hitting a body going right to Wellenreiter. That was a little bit easier than his first goal of the game.
Number 20 for Wellenreiter. And we have 1 minute and 30 seconds left as Bjorn Bronis goes back to the net for the Wolves. On the drop, Provorov losing that one back into the North Bay zone. They'll bump it up ahead and try to get one more shot on net before time expires. We're coming up to the 1 minute mark left. Henry Doucette tried to hit it for Provorov. That was intercepted. Bennett is out there as well, bouncing off his skate, and they'll go back to the North Bay blue line with it. Partially blocked. Hudson Martin can't get it out of the zone. That one went up though and hit a Wolves player's glove at the bench, so they'll have the face-off just outside of the zone, I believe. And nope, they're going to have it deep in the Sudbury end, and that's where we'll have 1 minute and 2 seconds remaining in the game. Nolan Laird on the draw against Provorov. Provorov draws it back. Laird gets pushed down by the Wolves defenseman. Long pass that hits the target. Doucette snuck behind the defenseman, wasn't able to get on the puck, however. Provorov is in there as well. 41 seconds remain. Just want to move that puck around. As I said, they've got a 3-goal cushion, so no use stopping, making another stoppage if they don't have to, and it's back into the Sudbury zone. Cross ice pass up for Provorov. Trying to get through a quartet of battalion players, not able to do so, and Bennett will allow number 2 Adrian Manzo to work his way up. Shot around the boards and back in. Pronen picked up by Trevor Odell now. Odell with it. Bumps it ahead. Provorov. Provorov clears it to an open side, and that'll bring about the end of the period, with North Bay escaping with a 6-3 well-earned victory here tonight.
The Sudbury Wolves have dropped their 3rd straight game, and it is another loss to the North Bay Battalion, who pick up win 5 in this season series. Overall, a pretty good game up until that 3rd period for the Sudbury Wolves.
Similar story for Wednesday night as well, when the Greyhounds came back and picked up a 6-3 victory as well. Sudbury out shooting North Bay in that period 16-12. They certainly led in that department. 43-28 the shots on goal, but Jack Lisson had himself a pretty good night. Bjorn Bronis, pretty good night as well. Just maybe one in particular, that shorthanded goal that he would have loved to have back, but that's not the way they call those ones, and Sudbury has to be satisfied with the loss tonight.
Yeah, just a tough one again. They're playing with top teams in both conferences, and they've picked up some nice wins throughout the season, but the last 2 just not able to finish games. And you have that great effort for 2 periods in both nights, and then the 3rd period, that one especially, domination from North Bay in Sudbury.